Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? I do not have stable, I don't think stable enough Wi-Fi in here. So I'm using my phone and hopefully my Wi-Fi will stay up as well as my lighting. So how's everybody doing today? Like to thank people that will be watching on the live stream um, later today, because most of the people that watch are on my live stream. So, okay, I don't know what's going on with my cam. Let me get the cam back. Okay. So it's going on and off. Anyway, um, I've had kind of a hectic week, not to make excuses, but as many of you know, or some of you know, that I've moved from the Bronx to Harlem and just now settling in. Where I live now, I have real good Wi-Fi, better than in this office here down here on Wall Street. Actually, you see the light going on and off. So I'm going to reconfigure all of the Black Love, Resist, Restore, Rebuild, Black Love, Resist, Restore, Rebuild Our Girls. We're gonna schedule that in September, starting next week. I'm also off of Facebook jail in about 2 days, so I could probably market that. But I do want to go over just a couple of concepts as it relates to Black love, and I want to refer you all to my community page where I wrote a poem for Black love. It's called Black Love Home Goals, and it's pretty much my thought in terms of how I feel about Black love, and just in general as people living in a racist country, in a settler colony behind enemy lines where our ancestors were enslaved, and where the mental enslavement of our people continues in large part as we move away from the segregation and Jim Crow and outright slavery. We find ourselves moving away from values that helped us not only survive but thrive as Black people as it relates to Black love and other overlays that relate to that, like Black business, Black politics, Black unity. I see a slow move away from that, like we're slowly moving away from that. And it's one thing I think that we need to really talk about and, adjust. So, when you see interracial relationships, when you see Black men and Black women not valuing each other, you know that these factors are in place. And for me, and I hope you, to realize that we've only gotten to this place where we are right now in terms of quote unquote freedom, relative freedom related, as it relates to our ancestors. We've only gotten this far because of the struggles of our people, and because a lot of the culture doesn't really give homage to the struggle of our ancestors and to the struggle of our people. For us to get to this point, we often forget where we come from, and we often forget the power of Black love and how it's beautiful and how it's necessary. And so a lot of our values are changing now. I'm not one to lament interracial relationships. You love who you love. It is what it is. But when you live in a context of a colonial settler state behind enemy lines, in white America, you know, like a lot of that stuff trickles down into our thoughts and our beliefs about one another. And it's very, very, unfortunate that this happens, but it happens a lot, and I see it a lot. So, what I want to do um, is in the future, starting next week, is really get back to Black love and how we can make it happen. And I think that we have to, have a different worldview. My worldview should start with self, family, community, diaspora. If we don't have those elements in place, we won't really see a true change for our people and in the community. And I think that that's a fact. If we want to really resist, restore, and rebuild, we have to really be truthful to ourselves. And, it's important because we often forget. We use our traumas and our dramas and all of our experiences not to learn in general, not to learn and not to build and not to become better people, but we often just lay in it. We often lay in those things, not realizing that everything in existence has been set up to, uh, in terms of community and family and love, is set up to um, support us. But when we don't have these bonds and we don't have these links and we don't have these supports in place in our community, we continue to suffer. So I want to, as we go forward, go through a 7-part series on Black love and how we can build it and how we can get back to it. And I think that is just very, very important. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, the 7 principles that we're going to work with as it relates to Black love. Let me get my camera straight. Is the principles of Ma'at. We're going to base Black love on the principles of Ma'at, the 7 principles of Ma'at, which is an ancient Kemetic or Egyptian thought system, philosophy, culture, spiritual system that our ancestors in Kemet or Egypt practiced. And there were 7 principles. And these aren't in particular order. But if you have these principles in your life, then you have an increased chance of having healthy relationships. So the 7 principles of Ma'at are truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, reciprocity, and propriety. Now there's a couple other words that you can put in there, and principles you can put in that are kind of interchangeable. But if you have these principles and you practice in your own life, then there's a chance, a better chance, that you will have a healthy relationship. So that's what we're going to be talking about over the next several months. So yeah, I welcome all questions. I'll put a link if you're having relationship issues, or you can contact me directly if you need consultation. I've been working in relationship field for about 20 years now. I started in 2001 when I started a series of relationship workshops called the Ma'at series when I was working at a prevention agency in Brooklyn, working with mostly parents, single moms, and married dads. And we worked for the prevention of children being placed into foster homes. And we did a 7-month series of workshops dealing with relationships, and not too long after. Well, I guess actually I take that back. A few years later, I started my own business and started doing workshops on relationships. I even wrote a book called Dating Games A Brother Speaks Up, which is not in publication, which I'm going to be re-editing it. That is called Dating Games A Brother Speaks Up. Because I've always been interested in why our relationships in our community don't work, or like why they're in the state that they're in. Because some relationships obviously do work. I have an aunt and uncle who have been married. This is either 74th year or 75th year of their marriage. And I know other people that are in healthy marriages or long-term relationships and marriages. So anyway, okay. So I don't have anybody on the stream right now, and that's okay. Stay tuned. I may do a live stream later as well about this milk crate challenge. I posted a meme in my on my community page and on my IG channel, and then I sent it to Facebook as well, talking about people that refuse to do vaccines because they say that they're trying to kill us. But on the other hand, you've got a culture that's doing this milk crate challenge. And I just read something where a woman is near death for trying the milk crate challenge. Maybe I'll post that as well. And so I always wondered about, like, some of y'all know how I feel about vaccines, how I support them, but I wonder about our mindset as a people. If you really think about it, you won't do the vaccine, but you'll try the milkshake. I mean, the milk crate challenge. It does not make sense to me. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother topic. So anyway, but thank you guys that will be watching this on the replay because I don't have anybody on the live. And that's partly my fault for not advertising and putting it out better. Sometimes you just think that people will automatically watch. And even though I have a decent sized following, we haven't really got to the point where we are bringing in a lot of people on our live streams. We might average 20, 30 tops. But anyway, I'm also doing a campaign called FB Exit. You probably can't see FB Exit 2021, the counterculture. And basically, this thing says from Facebook jail to protecting white tears, F Facebook. We're gonna really try to get off of Facebook in terms of relying on Facebook to pass messages and stuff like that, because it's a platform that doesn't really support us as a people. When you say anything, you speak up for yourself, you speak the truth to, like, particularly white racists, they'll give you a 30-day ban. In my case, I've had a 30-day ban because someone came on my page trolling it about the vaccine and got blocked. And then they came on the page again. I think her name is LaCarla Woods. I'll put her name out there. And maybe I'll put a picture of her as well. And then she came on my page again and was kicking more stuff. And this was right before I had a friend who passed away from COVID, actually right after. And that wasn't cool. So I called her. I said she was a fake BICH, and they call that harassing and bullying. But I've had other instances where I've called someone a snowflake, where I've called somebody out on their racism, and I've got banned for 30 days. So this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of why are we still, like, asking the question, why are we still supporting Facebook? It's not a platform that it really is for Black empowerment. But honestly, it is not a platform that's owned by us. And the same people that own, Mark Zuckerberg, that own Facebook, own Instagram. And I even got this notice from YouTube. YouTube is also not owned by us. But I posted this video. I don't know if you guys remember the brother in New Jersey who broke up the fight between the two young Black men, and I posted it, and I got a strike for that. I got a copyright strike, or they took the video down. So it just kind of reminds me that neither is this platform that you're watching this video our own platform. So I'm asking on 12/31, the end of the year, that we go to other platforms. I mean, we can, of course, still use these platforms, but to depend on them is really bad. And I'm going to be posting alternative platforms that we can post our information on, that are Black owned, where we won't be muzzled. So anyway, thanks for somebody that peeked in for a second. And thank you guys that will be watching this on the live stream. Definitely going to be pushing Black love. And also I have some dope ASS t-shirts. I already got some, but I got more coming out. They're going to be released on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. You want to wear your Black pride. You want to wear if you are pro-vaccine. I got that. I got other shirts as well. We also want to represent for Colin Kaepernick. This is the 5th year that he will have been whiteballed out of the league. So, okay, all of those things said, thanks you guys for that will be watching this. Remember, Black love is where it's at. Start with loving yourself. Find ways to love your family. If you don't, find ways to love your community and find ways to love Africans throughout the diaspora. It can be done. And we got to also remember, we got. We are all we got. We can get through this thing called life so much better if we just learn to love each other. And no one can love you like you love yourself as someone that knows the experiences that you are going through as a person of African descent in this culture. So anyway, thank you guys that will be watching on the live that will be watching, when this thing is replayed. And thank whoever peeked in for a second to check it out as well. But for those of you watching this on the replay, stay tuned. Stay checking my community channel, and I may do a video about the milk crate challenge. I probably will before the day is over, but I'll definitely let you guys know. Also, I will put down my links if you guys want to support the platform, my Cash App, and my PayPal. I have two Cash Apps actually. So I'll put that in the link in the description. So if you guys really support it, I appreciate that. All right, anyway, I'll let y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.